Have you been told that Jesus died for your sins on the cross? If that's true, then why is the Bible so unclear about it? Why do the verses themselves raise so many questions? Let's start with what Jesus supposedly said about his death. Matthew 16:21 says, "From that time Jesus began to show his disciples that he must go to Jerusalem and suffer many things from the elders and chief priests and scribes, and be killed, and on the third day be raised." In this verse, we get 4 key points. 1. Jesus will go to Jerusalem. 2. He will suffer at the hands of the elders, chief priests, and scribes. 3. He will be killed. 4. He will be raised on the third day. But then comes another version, and it's different. Mark 8:31 says, "And he began to teach them that the Son of Man must suffer many things, and be rejected by the elders, the chief priests, and the scribes, and be killed, and after 3 days rise again." Here's the problem. In Matthew, Jesus began to show his disciples. In Mark, he began to teach them. In Matthew, Jesus suffers in the hands of the elders and priests. In Mark, he is rejected by them. In Matthew, he will be raised on the third day. In Mark, he will rise after 3 days. So which one is true? Which one did Jesus really say? Which one actually happened? Let's go further. In second time, Jesus foretells his death. Matthew 17:22-23 says, "As they were gathering in Galilee, Jesus said to them, 'The Son of Man is about to be delivered into the hands of men, and they will kill him, and he will be raised on the third day.' And they were greatly distressed." Here again, 4 things are mentioned. 1. Jesus will be delivered into the hands of men. 2. He will be killed. 3. He will be raised on the third day. The disciples were greatly distressed. But Mark 9:30-32 tells it differently. "They went on from there and passed through Galilee, and he didn't want anyone to know. For he was teaching his disciples, saying to them, 'The Son of Man is going to be delivered into the hands of men, and they will kill him. And when he is killed, after 3 days he will rise.' But they did not understand the saying and were afraid to ask him again." Differences appear. In Matthew, they were gathering in Galilee. Mark, they were passing through Galilee. In Matthew, he will rise on the third day. In Mark, after 3 days. In Matthew, they were greatly distressed. In Mark, they didn't understand and were afraid to ask. And Luke 9:45 adds another twist. "It was concealed from them so that they might not perceive it." Now, when we put all these together, Matthew 16:21, Mark 8:31-32, Luke 9:21-23, Matthew 17:22-23, Mark 9:30-32, and Luke 9:43-45. We have to ask, why are these accounts so unclear and so inconsistent? If Matthew, Mark, and Luke were true disciples of Jesus, if they saw him, heard him, and followed him, why do they tell different stories? Why do their words contradict each other? Are they truly eyewitnesses? Did they really hear Jesus speak? Are they telling the truth? Let's be honest. If you had read all these verses carefully and saw how they differ, would you still believe this story the same way you were told?